Welcome to Show Me Something Wrong,
where each episode one of us chooses a movie to watch that the other hasn't seen. The movie is often obscure, usually odd, and always wrong. What a good start.
I'm Dave.
And I'm Guy. And today I've chosen the movie, and it is Zombie VIII Urban Decay from 2021 by... Actually, no, we'll get into that later. Let's just start the music. So, I think this is actually the newest film we've covered. Have we actually covered a film
I think this is definitely
later 2000s?
No, this is our first post-corona film.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and it is something.
Just to get this out of my system.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it.
Fuck you.
Yep.
I've been holding that back for the last few days. I'm in the middle of studying for a big exam, and I did all my study on Friday, and I'm like, all right, I'll get to watch the movie now. That'll be a nice break from my study. It was not a fucking nice break from my study. It was a fucking nightmare.
If you'd like to hear more of Dave's angry rants, go back and listen to our Worm Eaters episode.
Oh, I'm much angrier about this one. Much angrier. And I feel bad because I don't like to shit on movies, but there's going to be a lot of shitting in today's
episode. A lot of shitting in. A little shitting in. I'm in the same boat as you. And there is something I will say about this towards the end of the podcast where we take into consideration that we are both filmmakers who make independent underground horror. So you have to kind of sympathize or, be on the same side as someone who is also in the same boat making indie horror. But sometimes the films are just so bad that it's really difficult to side with them.
Or even something that I could barely even call a film.
Yeah. Yeah. Compiled stock footage would probably be a better explanation. So, now, usually before the podcast we go into all the ins and outs, how it got made, blah, 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 blah. I don't think that really warrants this. But I have some fun little tidbits. You don't care about how this film was made, do you? I don't think anyone does.
I mean, not really how it was made. Why it was made, maybe.
I'll tell you what. I'll talk about the director a little bit, how I came to know him. So I was browsing Letterboxd one day, just reading up reviews, and I came across a review so bad. So bad. It wasn't for this film, it was for another film.
Yeah.
That I was immediately curious. And I had to know who the hell made a film that was this terrible.
Yeah.
So I clicked on the guy's profile and literally opened up the gates of terrible movie hell. There was movie after movie, dozens upon dozens. So many movies. And they were all, ridiculously low rated. So we have this guy with a seemingly endless director credit list, right? A man named Dusty Ferguson.
But that's not the name in the opening title.
No, it is not. And also not his only alias.
Oh, God.
I bet you love him even more now. So this guy is seemingly one of the most prolific indie horror filmmakers I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's insane. He has an insane amount of movies. And at first glance, I was going through, and I was like, well, that sounds kind of interesting. And I was clicking on these movie pages, and there was so many movies that no one had ever logged. No one had seen. There was no plot synopsis. There was no cast listed. And the more I looked, the more I found these seemingly completed movies from years back, but no one had ever seen them. Right. And I'm not just talking one or two, dozens.
Right.
So I'm thinking, is this guy just the most prolific indie horror filmmaker ever? Or is he just uploading a bunch of movie titles that don't actually exist?
Right. Which one is true?
Well, there are movies that he has made that people have watched.
Yeah.
So he does make films to an extent. But just get this, okay? So I went through his movie credit list for this year. So we have just entered November. We still have a month left of this year, but just have a listen to his movie credit list for this year only. Right. Okay, just this year. Bear with me. The Dark House of Mystery. It's one of them. That was this year. One person has logged that. Then we have Mega Ape. That's a 70-minute feature. 70-minute feature. All right. We have The Beast Beneath. 60-minute feature. 34 people logged. You might actually like this one. A Bengal for Christmas. And this is the artwork.
What the fuck? So we've got a Bengal cat in a little box. Very photoshopped.
Yeah.
Very Christmassy.
Yeah. So Bengal for Christmas, another one. Social Cinema Studios Video Magazine, Volume 2. One person's logged that. Lisa's Palace of Pleasure and Pain, 40 minutes. No one's logged it.
Has it got a poster?
Yeah, they all have posters. So this is like a kind of like Ilsa SS of the She-Wolf of the SS, like rip-off kind of thing.
Right.
But no one's logged it. The synopsis is a young woman goes undercover at Lisa's Palace of Pleasure to investigate a series of disappearances. This is actually a sequel to his previous film. We're still in the current year, by the way. Next is Big Friggin' Snake. 46 minutes.
46
Next
minutes.
is Hell.
Such an odd time.
I know. Hell of the Screaming Undead.
Oof.
Another one. Stale Popcorn and Sticky Floors. 85 minutes.
What?
Closet Monster. 45 minutes. A female psychic manifests a monster in her closet that helps unlock the key to her childhood trauma.
Serious one. That one.
Oh, yeah.
Monster Closet.
That's one person has logged that one. Grandma.
Wait, it's just called Grandma. It's just called.
Is the title.
Let me see the poster. Whoa. That's a pretty good poster, actually.
This actually looks like a collaborative effort between two different directors, Dustin Ferguson and Bobby, I don't know how to say his name, Caneep Jr. That's been logged by a whopping 39 people. So,
it's one of his big ones.
Next, we got Cocaine Cougar.
Right.
Yeah.
A little cash in.
Yeah. Another 50-minute job. Book of Creatures, 49 minutes. Another Social Cinema Studio magazines. This is all this year.
The fuck? How's that possible?
I know. So I had a
well, actually, I know how it's possible because I've seen the film that we're talking about today.
Next, Cobra Strike Force, 46 minutes. Next, Doll Killer 3, 70 minutes. Next, Mondo Shock 4, America Blood and Guts. Sounds like a shockumentary series is doing. Faces of Dying 6, 50 minutes.
Did you say Faces of Dying?
Faces of Dying.
Oh dear.
Oh, hosted by William B. Gross. The Creeps, 49 minutes. Be afraid, be very afraid.
This is all 2023.
This year.
The fuck?
Right?
What the hell?
5 jolting tales of terror are sure to creep you out, featuring monsters, madmen, and more.
When did this guy's career start? When's his first film?
Good question.
You check on you on the Letterboxd.
Yeah, but I'm still working my way through 2023, so I don't want to leave and then find my place again.
Wait, we're still going.
This is still 2023.
Oh no! Are we doing the whole thing?
11 months of this year, he's released. This one, American Terror Tales 2, 73 minutes. Demonoids from Hell. The Creeps 2, 42 minutes. Another one person's logged that. Deadly Dummy. This 50 minutes, no plot synopsis, no one's logged it, no cast details. American Terror Tales 3, again, same thing, no information. Oh, and then something that brings me onto my next point about this director. Again, yeah, so he's a very prolific person, seemingly on paper. And like you, like, how the fuck has he made this many movies? And it seems like his whole thing is just riding off the back of other movies' success. So he makes a lot of movies that seemingly have a connection to like a cult classic, or might be an unofficial sequel, or a tie-in, or something that is named eerily similar. So you hear something and you'd be like, I've heard of that. But actually you haven't. You've heard of the one that everyone knows.
Yeah.
And then there's his version.
Right.
So some titles which I found, which I thought are quite interesting. So, he's done plenty of Amityville horror movies, because I think
everyone does that.
Didn't the copyright break recently?
It must have. Yeah, there's so many of those.
Camp Blood, Silent Night, Bloody Night 2, Cheerleader Camp, Conjuring Curse, Lisa, Warden from Hell, which is the one I mentioned before. I Drip Blood on Your Grave, Deep Red Murders, which sounds like Giallo stuff.
Is this 2023 or we've finished?
We're kind of like hopping around now. Horror Movie Workout. Not that one though.
Yeah.
And get this. Another film that he made this year, or released this year. Spider Baby.
Right.
A remake of...
An actual remake of it.
His own unofficial remake of the cult classic, Spider Baby.
Even I'm looking here at his filmography. He's got The Legacy of Boggy Creek, not The Legend of Boggy Creek. I like this one as well. He's got one called Silly Scaries.
Oh.
And the cover is Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah. I think there's another one. Creep Show. He's done a few Creep Show ripoffs.
Wow. It looks like his first film, on Letterboxd at least, is from 2009.
Right.
And it's called The Horror House Cult Murders. Logged by one person.
Oh, I bet it was him.
Logged by someone with the appropriate username of random_155. 2 stars.
2 stars.
They liked it. That's pretty good.
That's good. So yeah, this guy, Dusty Ferguson, he apparently has directed 165 movies since 2009, you said?
Yeah.
And he's a 41-year-old man.
You can tell how many he's directed just by the fact that I've logged one of his films.
Oh, really?
And I'm still on, because of Zombie, this one.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I'm still on 0% of his films watched. Like, that's how many films this fucking guy has made.
Yes.
Jesus Christ. But they're real. Like, he's made these.
He's made... I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure he's made some, but I literally just read 26 movie titles that were released this year. Like, is that physically possible?
That would be... So he's making, like, a film almost... Not weekly, but, like, every second week, basically.
Yeah.
Like, feature films.
Yeah.
Is it possible?
I don't know. But and the funny thing is, like, no one's logging, and we go back to old films as well. Like, you can argue that, right, these were released this year, so no one's had a chance to see them. But even old films, there are dozens that no one's logged. I'm sure he's making some films, but I don't know.
He has almost made the same amount of films as Jess Franco, and Jess Franco did this for decades. You know, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
I'll talk about Jess Franco later on in regards to this film.
So going just off the back of what I was saying, he likes to make, I think the term is mockbusters.
Yeah. That's like the, what do you call it? What is that company called? My brain's gone totally blank. But like the Mega Shark company, they did like the, what's their Transformers ripoff? That's like their most Transmorphers. That's what's like. Do you remember what that company's called?
No, I've not seen a single one of those shark films.
So they kind of made their whole model for a while was doing these sort of ripoff films.
He's done a few shark films as well, by the way.
The Asylum.
Yeah,
you know that company, The Asylum? So they just... Nope. Yeah, they're infamous for just, like, pumping out stuff. Their most famous stuff is Sharknado and things like that. But yeah, awful mockbuster.
Right.
But they are made on they're mockbusters, but it's still on a much bigger scale.
Right, okay.
This.
He just seems to, ride off other films' success and tries to link himself to another film as much as possible, which is where I found the film we're talking about today. So, what we have here today, folks, is an unofficial sequel of quite possibly one of the greatest zombie movies ever made.
Definitely one of the greatest.
And actually, personally, my favourite zombie movie. And that is Lucio Fulci's Zombie 2, aka Zombie Flesh Eaters, as it is known in the UK. And here we are talking about Zombie 8, Urban Decay.
So why is it 8? I mean, I know that there's other sequels.
Oh, so this
Zombie.
Apparently this is actually a sequel to both Zombie 2 and Zombie 3.
Right,
Somehow.
okay. Because there's also kind of Zombie 4 and 5.
Is that
right?
the birds?
Yeah,
Zombie 4
that
is
are like
the birds, right?
kind of not. They're not really sequels, obviously, but
And I think he actually did Zombie 5 as well.
this guy.
I saw another zombie.
No, I think number 4 is Zombie 4 After Death is like a real proper one.
And then 5.
Zombie 5 Killing Birds.
Right.
And then did he do like 6 and 7?
Maybe.
Okay.
He had another zombie. Oh, like Zombie Flesh Eaters 5 he's done.
Oh, so he just ignored the Killing Birds one.
And it sounds very similar to the movie we're talking about today. In fact, it's got an identical synopsis. And it's been logged by no one and has no cast.
Oh, fuck it. Oh.
So, I thought, well, let's start on a little bit of a high note. What's your relationship with Zombie Flesh Eaters?
Oh, I love Zombie Flesh Eaters so much. I don't know if I've told this story on the pod before, because we've talked about Lucio Fulci quite a lot back in the Murder Secret episode and Touch of Death as well. But I remember, because I love Lucio Fulci so much. And the first time I saw Zombie, I rented it from the video store, and all I really knew about it was the eyeball scene.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, I can't wait to see that eyeball scene.
Oh,
and,
I do remember this story.
Yeah. And I was watching the film, like, being that it's Fulci, it seems very bloodless. Like there was no blood or anything. And then it got to the eyeball scene. I'm like, oh, here we go. Now we'll finally see, this famously gross scene. And it just cut away. And I'm like, oh yeah, because I live in Australia where everything's censored. So the first time I saw it was heavily cut. But man, I watched it kind of recently. Maybe last year I rewatched Zombie.
Right.
And for a long time, I'd always ranked it kind of low on my Fulci favorites. But watching it again, fuck, it's amazing. And like, good lord, that like talking about sharks, like that shark scene,
man, yeah.
which apparently Fulci didn't direct, but that scene is absolutely amazing, and just the whole atmosphere of it, and oh man, it's such a fucking great film.
It is a
so
beautiful
good
film, yeah.
And the music, Fabio Frizzi's
Fabio
music.
Frizzi's score is incredible. It's so iconic. It is
Amazing.
an incredible movie, and yeah, I had a not really a similar experience. I don't think it was cut in England, actually. I first watched it. It came out in a box set called Box of the Band.
Yeah, I think we've
mentioned
talked about this on the pod as
and
well.
I'm
maybe.
pretty sure it was uncut. But I bought that when I was a teenager, and it was included with like Evil Dead, and I think The Witch from the Sea was another film, and Driller Killer. And there's all these like video nasties that have been re-released. And that was the first time I saw Zombie Flesh Eaters, and it just blew my mind. It was the greatest zombie film I'd ever seen. And actually, I had not actually seen any of the Romero zombie films before seeing Zombie Flesh Eaters. So that was kind of like my gateway into the zombie genre.
Sure. Actually, that's kind of a funny thing, because like Zombie Flesh Eaters, Zombie 2, like it's like a fake sequel itself as well to Dawn of the Dead, right? So that's kind of funny. So maybe, what's his name? Dusty Ferguson or whatever it was?
Or
Dark Infinity, was that the name?
Yeah.
Like, maybe he's just like paying tribute to Fulci doing a cash-in sequel.
Maybe.
So, yeah, original Zombie, fucking amazing film. Probably, maybe not quite my favorite zombie film. My favorite's probably Return of the Living Dead. But it's up there. It's in the top 3 for sure.
So let's get into it. So we open with text on screen, Matul Island, 40 years ago, a place that we will we remember from the original Fulci's Zombie 2. This is the island where everything apparently took place. And the opening scene of this movie is stock footage. A very, very long stock footage.
Yeah.
It's like 10 minutes long or something.
I was fucking pissed off at this point. Yeah, we get like this stock footage of some kind of like ritualistic dancing. Looks like it's footage from, I guess, Africa in the 70s or 80s or something. Lots of dancing.
Lots of banging on pots and pans. Everyone
Very
seems to be
boring.
having a great time.
Yeah, a lot of shaking about. I've got a note here that just says, is this whole film just going to be royalty-free footage, ... question mark?
Yes, is the...
Almost, yeah.
So yeah, we open with this ritual, and we're like, okay, I don't know, it's kind of, yeah, okay, interested. So this is Matul back, 40 years ago, and it just goes on and on and on and on and on and
It's
on.
like 10 minutes.
It's like 8 minutes long or something.
Yeah,
it's
fucking
insane.
hell, it's madness.
It seems like the kind of thing that would be included in like a Mondo Kane or something, like a shockumentary, just like looking at, or like Shocking Asia or something, that kind of stuff, where you're just looking at different tribes and things and what they get up to. And, in terms of the footage itself, yeah, fine, but the I was just like, what the fuck are we watching here? This is so fucking long. And finally, after like, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 minutes of this, we actually cut to newly shot footage that has tried to match the grain and filter of the old like 8mm stock
with 0 success. Very clearly shot on video. Yeah, a zombie kind of coming out of the ground, right?
Yeah.
The zombie, though, I gotta say, the zombie that comes out of the ground doesn't look as bad as I thought the zombies would look in this. I've seen worse zombies.
Yeah, sure. I've seen worse zombies. So the whole thing, what did we watch? A ritual to bring the dead back, essentially.
Yeah, a repurposed ritual to make it seem like they're bringing the dead back.
And then it stops and you're like, whoo, great. And then we get the opening credit sequence.
Oh my god. The opening titles, like, fuck that. The font choice is horrific as well. And then the music that's kicking in here, oh my god. It's
you didn't like it?
No, it's not that I didn't like it. It's just that it's like a second-rate Fabio Frizzi ripoff. Yeah. Like, the guy that's doing it has actually done a fairly decent job in ripping off Frizzi's style, but oh man.
That was the one thing that I thought was good about this film. I thought the guy's done a good job in imitating Fabio Frizzi's score.
Yeah.
However, the title scene is also ridiculously long. It's like 5 minutes, and it's just black screen with white text on top while this music plays.
Although there's a lot of things to enjoy in those opening titles. Some things that I noticed, there's a character called Victor Viral, who we'll meet later, I guess. There's also someone in the cast whose nickname is Knife. I can't remember what his name was, but it was like first name in quotations Knife.
Oh,
like,
good stuff.
And then my main note was who the fuck is Dark Infinity? And Dark Infinity appears in the credits about 100 times.
Oh yeah, so Dark Infinity,
camera, Dark Infinity, script, Dark Infinity, art direction, Dark Infinity.
I'm sure you can guess is the alias of the director.
Yeah,
he goes by Dark Infinity for some reason, but he seems to change that depending on the film. I've read a review from someone on another one of his films where he went by Jesus Satan.
Oh.
And funnily enough, in these credits as well, there are characters whose names, or not characters, actors whose names have been spelt wrong. There's like typos in with the people's names. So after the 8 minutes of stock footage and the 5 minutes of opening credits, finally the movie begins.
Or does it?
No, because we get more stock footage going over like Hollywood Beach and the Hollywood Hills and stuff. But we get a radio announcer talking, introducing the, I quote, the hip new track from MC Dirty D.
So hit those beaches before it's too late and enjoy this hip new track from MC Dirty D.
Oh, was it Dirty D?
Yeah.
I thought it was Dirty Deed.
No, Dirty D. I think as in dick.
It's the most rotten song I've ever heard in my life. It's awful.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not good, but it's not the only time we hear MC Dirty D. And do you want to take a guess as to why?
I actually had this spoiled for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we don't look up anything before the film, but I did come across, I think either someone commented on my review or I came across a comment about this. So MC Dirty Deed, aka Dark Infinity. So this is the director's side project or something. Yep. He also does rap.
Yep.
We hear it in much more graphic detail.
Oh, I love
this
it.
is just a little preview of it.
So yeah, we've had the MC. We only get a snippet of it, but we hear MC Dirty D playing as we look over Hollywood Hills, and we're introduced to our main actress, who wakes up to the music, turns it off on her phone.
Yeah.
Which
that's weird.
I was like, wait, isn't this supposed to be a radio?
Yeah.
It's like, was this her alarm clock?
Her alarm clock is a radio DJ announcing MC Dirty D. Yeah. I also love that she wakes up already caked in makeup well. Like she's made up to the hilt. Yeah. Just as soon as she wakes up, and then she showers with her makeup on. I found that
the whole
funny.
Fake eyelashes, the whole lot. She's fucking full on.
Also, that shower bit, there's something kind of like houseboat horror.
Yeah.
There's something extraordinarily and very immediately grim.
It's very unflattering.
Yeah, it's just like, boom, here you go. It's a lady in a shower. I don't even think they show any nudity, but it's just like, did you need this?
You didn't.
You didn't need this. It's shot on this like rancid video and just looks horrible.
Yeah. But she's now washed up and listened to MC Dirty D, so she's having a good day so far. She goes to her PC. She has 8,000 emails.
I noticed that.
8,000. Yeah. She opens one up and...
I just wanted to add, this bit has I feel so bad just shitting on this film relentlessly, but this has the worst lighting I've ever seen in any scene of all time. So we have a shot of her, like, it's kind of on the laptop, and then the camera goes up, and it's because it's on, like, automatic light adjustment setting or whatever. It just goes, like, pitch black, and her face is just, like, silhouetted.
It's like the windows in the background. All you can see is the
they're all
bright light.
Blown out, and then suddenly, boom, down to dark. Oh, God, it looks awful. Like, I know you're making, like, I know this guy's, like, made, like, what was it, like, 50 million films a year, but, like, come on, like, just take it again. Take that shot again.
I think it's just a one-take job. I don't know.
It must be, like, you can't make that many films and do more than a take, I think.
But she's received an email. One of those, like, was it Ancestry DNA match places, and they found a 92% DNA match from an ancestor in the Caribbean island of Matul.
It's a daddy.
Yes. So, just for clarification, the boat zombie in Zombie 2 is her dad. Oh, is what it's supposed to be.
That's the zombie it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
But didn't that zombie go to New York at the end?
So it doesn't make sense either.
Yeah, because I'm like, the guy looks like that zombie.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, but it can't be that one because he goes to New York.
I know, but he's back in Matul.
He got back there somehow. Got back on the boat.
But that's the story, and because they look the same, they have the same makeup.
Yeah.
And so her dad is supposed to be the boat zombie, but yeah, like you said, doesn't make sense because the boat zombie goes to New York, and she's in LA. He's in now Matul. I don't fucking know. But she's over the moon. They found her father. She calls someone, and she said, "I'm flying out. I'd like you to come. Bring your mate. I don't know." And she's like,
I don't know.
I'll text you. I love the scene. She's like, I'll text you the details tonight. Right? So she gets up from her sofa, goes to the balcony, has a glass of wine, and then we immediately cut back to her on the sofa texting him the details.
There's like the passage of time.
That glass of wine, that's like daytime to nighttime. That's morning to night. That was morning shower to night with just a glass of wine on the balcony.
What'd she do for the rest of the day, do you reckon? Just
know.
chilled out on that balcony.
Had a glass of wine. I don't know why she had to delay sending him the information either.
Is she on her phone now watching... Is it the video that we cut into next, right? Because we see this guy called Victor Viral.
Oh, yeah.
Is she meant to be watching that on her phone?
I don't know.
But this is that character I saw in the titles, Victor Viral. Oh, God, I feel really bad for all of the things I'm going to say about the people. Like, anyone in this film, I'm sorry. I'm sure it wasn't your fault. But this guy, Victor Viral, has to be the most uncharismatic man in the world.
Right.
Or at least I thought that until we meet someone else later in the film. But he's just this meant to be like a kind of YouTuber,
like conspiracy theorist guy.
But he's just so like he like fucks up his lines and he just looks really uncomfortable on camera. But yeah, he's like rambling about Matul Island and he talks about the New York stuff as well, like happening. And then he says that he has the teeth
of Patient Zero,
which
he got from the dark web.
Oh, yeah, like all of that stuff was torture.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as like talking about the director, you didn't need to tell me he was a man in his early 40s, because this really feels like it's written by like an elder millennial, right?
Dark web, like, that's cool.
Yeah.
Right?
Say what you will about the deep web, but check this out. Actual teeth from Patient Zero. Oh, if the boys in the subreddit could see me now. These babies set me back about 5,000 bitcoins. Oh, but it was all worth it.
And he references Bitcoin and subreddits. Oh my God.
Throwing all those buzzwords.
Fucking
the
nightmare.
kids are gonna love it.
Nightmare. I love those. That's right. The woman, that main lady, she's like watching this video and she just looks really sad. She's like, oh. Oh.
But apparently, according to this YouTube conspiracy theorist guy, there is a witch doctor on the island of Matul who still has Patient Zero under some kind of curse. And I guess that's when she stops watching the video.
Oh, that's why she's a bit sad.
Maybe. And we cuts to Night of the Living Dead.
Ugh.
But just the camera panning across and filming a TV playing Night of the Living Dead.
Oh
with
my God.
full-on TV glare and
Yeah.
everything.
Here's some advice for filmmakers out there. Don't ever put a film that is about a fucking billion times better than your own film in your film. You know what I mean? Like, I was like watching this, I'm like, wish I was fucking watching that instead. Because that's a fucking great movie. And also, don't have your character then kind of smarmily look at the movie and like roll your eyes and because she like looks at it, she's like, isn't that lame and old? It's like, no, this is lame.
Yeah. I was just baffled by that shot. Yeah. And it's quite a long scene as well. It's the whole like, he's coming to get you, Barbara, and you got Bill Hisman coming lurking around. And it's like, isn't Night of the Living Dead in free domain as well?
Yeah,
he could have easily just sliced that in.
Yeah, he could have cut into it.
But no, he films the TV at an angle.
Do you know the story about why that's public domain? It's so fucked up. Don't quote me on all this, but basically, like, in a short version of it, they forgot to put the copyright on the title screen or something like that.
Seriously?
Like, it just doesn't, the film reel or the film, the finished film didn't include the copyright.
What?
So it just was public domain. So it's like
since release?
I think so, yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, so that's why there's like 1,000 terrible releases of Night of the Living Dead, because it's just always been public domain. Do you know, talking about shitty shot on video stuff, do you know about that, the version of Night of the Living Dead that I think it was the producer like redid the film and like added in scenes that was shot on video?
Was it the color one?
I don't think it was the color one, but they just added in like extra shot on video scenes. And it's got like this really bad new score.
It's not got Vince Vaughn jerking off again, is it?
No, it's just the same film, but they've just sliced in.
I've not seen that.
That was actually the first version of Night of the Living Dead that I saw, because I bought it like in a bargain bin DVD thing, and I'm like, this seems really weird. Like, this music doesn't seem like something from the 60s, and wait, this is shot on video. This
Right.
It's a very confusing way to first see that film.
Yeah, I can imagine. But yeah, no, that's a great bit of advice from you. Yeah, don't slice in a movie 1,000 times better into your movie.
Yeah, I mean, Cat Sick Blues does have a scene from an Abbott and Costello film.
Oh, does it?
In one scene.
Right.
But, like, at least it's not a horror film.
At least,
right?
Yeah, that's not
That's even
a man
worse.
about a cat.
Yeah. I wish I was watching this other film about a Catman murderer.
People watching Cat Sick Blues. Fuck, I wish I was watching Costello now.
I feel like the Cat Sick Blues example would be you'd put in what's that? What's the amazing Cat People? You put in a scene from Cat People.
Cats.
Or Cats, the recent
Cats,
musical
yeah. Cats.
And then everyone would be like, "Oh, turn this off now."
No, other way around. Cat splices in Cat Sick
Sick
Blues.
Blues.
And I was like, fuck, I wish I was watching Cat Sick Blues.
That'd be a good way to get people over to Cat Sick Blues.
That'd be good.
I'll call up whoever directed that movie. I was about to say I'll call up James Corden. He's in that film, right? James Corden.
He is. He's a cat.
He's one of the cats.
I didn't see it, but
Wait, is he in that?
He's a fat cat.
Have I imagined that he's in that? Have you seen that?
No.
Oh, it's great.
Call up Dame Judi Dench.
Oh, yeah. Fuck, man, you got to see that. You haven't seen that?
No, I've not. I don't want to.
You should really see it. There's a bit at the end where Dame Judi Dench breaks the fourth wall and
really?
looks at the camera. So after we've seen all this utter fucking madness, and then she looks at the camera and is like really smug. And she's like, now you know all there is to know about cats. And delivers this monologue about how we all know about cats. I'm like, I'm very confused after all that. I know less about cats after watching this film.
Did he say there was like a butthole cut?
Yeah, that's the butthole cut. The original version, they all had buttholes. Because cats have buttholes, right?
Yeah.
And
these are like
they
magic cats.
They wiped them all out.
They cleaned up the butts.
Yeah, cleaned up the butts.
Oh, all right. Enough of cats. Moving on. So, fuck. So the next morning, doorbell rings. A couple of aging, hunky men show up to take her to Matul. And then we get some stock footage of a Lufthansa flight taking off.
Yeah.
So Matul has an international airport, apparently.
Oh yeah, then we cut into the island, right?
Oh yeah.
And we've got all this stock footage of island kind of scenes. And it's just funny, like, to see this like very beautifully shot stock footage and then just cutting into like the actual footage of the film. It's like, oh god,
it gets really jerky, doesn't it?
So shocking.
I love it. He tried to match the style of those shots because the opening stock footages, it's all like slow pans and sweeps and stuff, and then we cut to his establishing shot, which is from the trees, and he tries to tilt down to the cars, but it's all like wonky and wobbly. And a man has come to pick him up. He's apparently their tour guide,
but he's like a full American accent guy, right? Like he's not like a local.
No, he's not a local, but he I don't know where he's from.
They've really this island has become very modernized.
Oh yeah, they've got a highway and everything. They're driving down the Matul highway to the witch doctor.
Well, in the original film, it feels very isolated, very dangerous.
Yeah.
In this, it's like, here's some nice stock footage of this beautiful island.
And they keep talking about going to titty bars on the island.
Oh, yeah. So we've got lady, two men.
The daughter.
Yeah, the daughter lady, and then her two dumb mates.
Yeah.
Who I don't know why they've come along for this.
I don't know.
And they've gotten in the car with this random man who picked them up.
Tour guide.
We hear that tour guide talking so much before we actually see him. It's really funny. But yeah, like as they're driving to find the dad, yeah, they're just talking about titty bars the whole time. They're like just demanding titty bars.
Titties. No, that's good. Sounds good.
No, actually.
Find us a titty bar.
No, we are here for something else. Actually, I want to know if you can take us to this address.
I love this scene so much because
this is very
camera is just on the dashboard filming them, but all we can hear is the end. We have the engine going, and the music that's played on top of them, and they're trying to have like a conversation, the four of them, and they're trying to muster up some kind of lure about the island, so all we can hear is like...
But I also love, like, not only that, but like the driver's like talking about witch doctors and stuff, and then the guys at the back just keep like throwing in like random comments, and they like start talking about cars at one point. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Like, why is this scene still going? And then another one of the lads is just out of nowhere, just like, do people still fear him? I'm like, what? Who? Like, it's talking about the witch doctor, but it's just like they're switching conversations.
Yeah.
My note just says, this is one of the worst scenes I've ever seen. And it truly is.
It really is.
It's fucking awful.
It is, for so many reasons.
It's probably the worst thing in this film, that one car scene.
The car scene?
I think it could be, because it's I don't know, I'll say that now, but I think that's...
I'm sure
there'll be worse.
I've got more, don't worry. Yeah, so we get a few minutes of stock footage after this showing various animals that might live in the Caribbean. And then the tour guide shows them to where the witch doctor is. And I love this. He gives one of the men a gun, and he's like, you're going to need this. And the guy's like, thanks, I appreciate it. As if like that's a totally normal thing to do.
Yeah.
Like, she's going to see her dad or find her dad. If someone gave me a gun in this situation, I'd be like, why the fuck are you giving me a gun? But he's like, thanks, I appreciate it.
These are Americans, to be fair, though.
Oh, they're probably used to it.
Yeah, they're like, oh, yeah, I've already got 10 in my pocket right here. Then we get the longest walking scene since the high school film that I made in 2001.
Oh, right.
This is what this reminded me of like... I remember the first film I made, which was like this 40-minute film back when I was like 14, I think.
All right.
And there were every time someone had to get from one place to another place, it just showed the entire like walk. And I remember showing it to my brother, and he's like, "You probably don't need all this walking." And I'm like, "What do you mean? You got to show them going from place to place.
We need to know how they got there."
But after that point, I'm like, "Oh yeah, you don't need to show that."
Yeah.
So I learnt that when I was 14. How old is Dark Infinity?
41 now.
Fuck, mate. You don't need to show you all this walking.
But we also have a very long walking scene at the end of the movie.
Yeah, that's true.
So there's a lot of
walking.
So we finally get to the witch doctor after our long voyage through the fields that they're walking through. And they're immediately taking the piss out of him.
Yeah, I thought exactly the same thing. Like, what the fuck is up with them making fun of this guy? Because, just to be clear, like, he does not look like what you are picturing as a witch doctor from an island like this.
Yeah.
He essentially looks like he's a Native American. Yeah. It made me really uncomfortable. Like, why are these guys making all these, like, fucking racist kind of comments about him? They're like, "Oh, I really like your feathers."
I hate Chief Wum Wham.
Yeah, like all this shit. It's like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Like, it felt like something out of like another time, and just like so, like these characters. I mean, sure they like titty bars, but they haven't shown us anything that would suggest that they're like fucking dumb racist assholes. Like, it's so weird. And it feels like it's just like played for laughs.
Yeah.
Like,
I didn't get it.
What was that? It was bizarre.
Of course, the witch doctor, he says, "No human lives here," and tells them to leave immediately. So they do, but they get the feeling there was something behind the curtain. So they go back. Then we get a few more minutes of stock footage of various animals.
Including a really fucking long shot of a spider making a web. Oh, yeah. And look, no disrespect to that spiders. to this spider, it's a fucking lovely web. But fuck this film for thinking that it's okay to show a fucking 5-minute shot of a spider making a fucking web.
Yep. We also have other delights such as, I think, coyotes eating.
And Tasmanian devils. The Tasmanian devil does not fucking live in the Caribbean. They're an Australian animal. Tasmania. They're from Tasmania.
Yeah, but Lufthansa Airways doesn't fly to Caribbean at all either.
They're in the wrong place. They're in Tasmania.
They're in Australia.
They're in Australia. We got spiders and Tasmanian devils there.
Oh, this is definitely...
We don't have jaguars, though, I'm afraid.
Then after more stock footage, we suddenly cut to the tour guide killing himself by tripping on a booby trap.
Is that what happened? I couldn't even understand.
We're watching so many minutes of stock footage, and then all of a sudden it just cuts to him like tripping on a wire and something like plunging into his stomach, and he's like, "What the fuck?" And then he dies.
I didn't even register that that's how he died.
I was so like, I don't know, I was just watching so much stock footage that I just completely zoned out.
Yeah,
I completely zoned out.
Okay.
It's like you're watching a nature documentary. You know, if this could have happily had David Attenborough's commentary over the top, and I would have had a great time.
And the spider continues to make its web.
And it is a fantastic web.
And now the tour guide's getting killed by a booby trap. What the fuck?
And then so they're back in the tent.
Oh, this is madness.
They're going towards the curtain where they think the noise was coming from, and the witch doctor he moves a little bit in his sleep. He has a little a sleep jerk, and the guy just fucking shoots him.
Immediately.
He immediately bam.
But it's like if you get a little, when you get like a little bit scared, you're like, ugh, and you lash out.
Yeah.
But he's got a gun in his hand. The worst thing that tour guide could have done was give him a fucking gun. But just, oh god, it was so fucked. It was so fucked.
It was quite hilarious.
Wait, I've just realised, is this a rip-off of Natural Born Killers? Is that what they're doing?
How?
Do you remember in Natural Born Killers where they go and see they see like a Native American guy?
Right, yeah.
And Woody Harrelson, like in a sort of mad drug haze, like kills it. It kind of feels the same as this.
I think you're reading too much into it.
I don't think I am.
Okay.
Because I think some of the dialogue is like, I mean, this director, he clearly.
I think you're thinking about this film more than the actual director is thinking about this film. But you could be right. It could be a Natural Born Killers reference.
Not a reference, just a rip-off.
Just a rip-off, sorry.
Yeah, none of this shit's a reference. It's just a direct rip-off.
And then so they grab patient Zero. He's got a pillowcase over his head. They pull him out. They go back to the girl who's standing above the corpse of the tour guide, and she's like, "Is that my father?" He's like, "We gotta go, babe. We gotta go.
Yeah, get him out of here."
Yeah.
This is the funniest thing in the entire film. I laughed so fucking hard. So they've gotten the dad out. They don't care about the driver. They just take his keys. Fuck that guy. Cut to stock footage of a plane.
Another plane.
Different airline, this one.
Qatar Airways also flies to Matul, by the way.
Yeah. And I was immediately in fucking hysterics because I'm like, wait, have they got that zombie on the plane?
Yeah.
Is the zombie, and like he's got a bag over his head.
He's covered in blood.
He's like a fucking mess.
He's got the whole making all these zombie noises.
The last 40 years he's been a corpse. He's been a zombie corpse. And they've snuck him onto the plane, and I was just pissing myself laughing. And then oh my god, it's so funny. Cut to like her apartment with the zombie coming in. So like they took him on the plane. And
did you hear what they say?
Yeah, did they say like, getting through customs was an ordeal or something? Was it something like that?
We barely got him through security at the airport.
Oh my god!
What?
What are we gonna do? He doesn't look well.
We barely got him through security at the airport. We should get lost.
Oh fuck, that was really funny. Also, the daddy zombie is like the sounds it's making they're not really zombie sounds. They're more like gremlin kind of sounds, like kind of bizarre kind of gremlin shit.
And like all obviously recorded at a later date, put on top of the footage, and it's louder than anyone else's dialogue. So we're trying to listen to the other characters talk, and all we can hear is.
I think it even does that kind of. What's his name? Is it Stripe?
Yeah.
In Gremlins, so he's like yum yum. It's like that. It's that kind of level of shit. going on?
They got fucking. They snuck a zombie through security at the airport on a Qatar Airways flight.
Fuck.
Oh, so the fella's like, we'll take him to hospital tomorrow. He's all tied up and grim looking. He's in bed. They close the door. One thing you may have noticed, as they close the door, we see the poster for one of Dark Infinity's earlier films, Camp Blood 4. And then, in the middle of the night, Dad Zombie wakes up. He goes to his daughter. She's asleep. He strokes her hair and leaves.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, well, we'll be seeing her again soon, I'm sure.
Nope.
That's it.
All of the characters that we have grown to know and love up until this point, we never see again. Like, we never see them. The two dudes, the girl, the daughter who picked her dad up from Matul, we never see anyone ever again.
She wakes up and one of her mates is dead, though, right?
I don't remember that.
Because I think he was, like, staying there, and she just wakes up, and the daddy zombie killed the mate, I think. But not his daughter.
Okay, I probably fell asleep during that part. So we have some now shots of the dad walking around Los Angeles, attacking people, and then we get probably my favourite scene ever.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So our next scene is a group of stoners sitting around.
Oh, yeah.
And they're just talking shit like, yeah, we got that Dirty D concert coming up. I can't wait to see him live. Fuck yeah.
What was so confusing, though, sorry to interrupt, but, like, they're kind of, like, hippie goth types.
Yeah.
But then we cut to, like, other people.
Yeah.
Who are there, and it's so confusing because we're mostly seeing, like, these three people who also don't look like they would ever hang out, talking and, like, smoking weed. Then we cut to another angle, and I'm like, wait, is this the same place? Are these people hanging out with them? And they're just, like, very normal-looking people?
Yeah.
Is this a single group? Or are they, like, two separate, like, picnics happening at the same time?
It's a funny bunch.
That's a funny bunch.
And they're smoking weed. It's funny because they're like... It's like this scene to show them smoking weed. No one's talking. They're just like passing around a pipe and being like, oh, this is good shit. And then pass by the next person and says like, yeah, this is fucking great. And it's like a bunch of like dead air in between people smoking. It's very uncomfortable. But one of the stoners says like, we need some tunes to go with this. What does he play? Fucking MC Dirty D.
One of the characters says,
This track is so fire.
That's another thing a 40-year-old man would write, trying to appeal to like young kids.
And let's be clear, it's the worst music that has ever been recorded, I think.
Yeah.
It's not fire. It's certainly not fire.
So we got MC Dirty D playing his new Fire track, and one of the stoner girls, she's feeling it. She's like, oh yeah. She gets up, she starts stripping down and dancing, naked in a desert.
This, to me, felt like another ripoff as well of Return of the Living Dead.
Right.
With like, what's her name? Linnea Quigley stripping off. I know it's not in a graveyard, but it had the exact same feeling as that scene. It's definitely he's fucking ripped off everything in this film. And like, again, it's like no disrespect to the woman in this scene, but it's just sad and grim because of the way it's shot, where it's just like, oh, getting my top off now. Oh, and the camera's sort of like drifting towards her very unenthusiastically.
Oh, but the fucking lyrics as well, man.
Oh, God.
It's like, fuck a little, suck a little, smoke a little, toke a little. And all like the camera's all like slow motion. She's got like a motion blur on her as she's dancing naked, and all the stoners are like, yeah. This ridiculous song playing. And I was watching this and I was thinking, what a time to be alive, where we're watching a sequel to Lucio Fulci's Zombie 2, and we're watching a bunch of stoners watch a girl dance naked in a desert while the song playing, suck a little, fuck a little, wiggle, 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 wiggle. This is a sequel to the greatest zombie movie ever made.
I would imagine going back in time and taking a copy of this with you and being like, all right, go to head over, find Lucio Fulci, got something to show you. This is what your work is going to spawn in 2021.
Fuck. Oh wow.
Man, it's fucked.
It's fucked. And funny enough, you mentioned the other group, right? So you said we got these hippie goth alternative group, and then these seemingly normal looking guys.
Normos.
That
don't like Dirty D.
One of these normos, did you say? Normos. One of these
normies? Is that what you
normies.
say? Yeah. That's what the kids say, right?
According to the 40-year-old scriptwriter, I don't know. So I didn't recognize him at all, but after like looking through or going through the Letterboxd page, I realized this guy is a YouTuber who I would have watched like years and years and years ago. He had a channel called Cool Duda. I think he still does. And he does all these like horror movie showcase and DVD showcasing videos. But he basically like made a name for himself in the kind of horror community by showcasing all these movies. He's got like an insane amount of followers. And he, at some point, decided he wanted to be in movies. So he just went into every shitty indie horror film that he could possibly get into. And this has been one of them.
Wow.
And I was looking at some of the other films that he's been in, and everyone was just like, oh, when this guy fucking turns up, it's not like, oh, it's that guy. It's like, oh, fuck, here he is again. He kind of just like pops up in the most like unsuspecting places.
What's his name?
I think it's like Sean C. Phillips. Oh, he's the top fucking bill on the page of this.
Oh, right. Yeah, I remember seeing him.
He's got the sunglasses and that cap on.
Wow. He is in 175 films.
Wow.
Good lord.
Yeah, so that's him. But it's like, he doesn't actually bring anything to this film whatsoever. I think he's got like one line, and then he turns into a zombie, and he kind of like shuffles around a little bit. But I was like, oh, fuck, it's the YouTube guy.
You go.
That's it. So, whilst the babe is dancing to Wiggle, Wiggle, Wiggle song, the other girl in the group, she's like, I've had enough, I gotta go. and has a little walk, and then she bumps into Dad Zombie, who attacks her, and then they all start to run away. Chaos breaks loose.
We get like this ridiculous montage of this single zombie.
Yeah.
Just killing him. Which, not to be a horror nerd, but come on. One zombie can't do all that.
No.
Yeah, you gotta have... there's like a horde of zombies attacking people, not a single fucking man.
No, because like they're running away from the zombie, run away from the camera, and then he'll come out from behind from a different angle. It's like, no, you can't do that. You can't do that.
And they do like a really lame, out of nowhere recreation of the zombie eyeball scene.
Love it. This was painful to watch. But yes, as you said, everyone's favorite scene, the most famous scene of Zombie 2, the splinter in the eye, the brilliant.
I just love everyone's favorite scene, but I like to imagine everyone in the world.
Everyone loves that scene. Yes. It is one of the greatest scenes in cinema. The build-up and suspense as the zombie grabs her hair and pulls her closer to that splinter. Oh, it's terrifying. Here, it's so funny because he's paying homage to that scene, but with no context. It just cuts to her moving closer to this spike, and she's not seemingly being pulled by anything either. I didn't see any hand or anything. She's just moving closer. Moving closer, but it's like she's obviously terrified about really poking her eye out, so you can see she's really reluctant to move closer towards this splinter. And then, stabs herself in the eye.
After that chaos, during the chaos, people that have been attacked by him are also just very quickly turning into zombies as well, right? So there's none of that Dawn of the Dead slow build up to a character becoming a zombie. It's just like, boom, there we go.
Yeah. Oh, and I should probably mention, in these zombie attacks, there's no gore or anything. It's he kind of just almost tackles them to the ground, and that's that. They're
mucks
done.
about with them.
As a little frolic.
Wait, hang on.
Oh,
It's no body of water that they're in here. They're next to it.
They were next to it. Sorry.
Yeah. So you're gonna have to retract.
I retract the
that
frolic statement.
Frolicking statement. We'll put an apology at the end of the episode.
I apologize. I apologize to the director. What was his name again? Dark Infinity for misrepresenting his movie. the MC Dirty D. Cut to a doctor looking at a sample of something, or a scientist or something.
He's mucking about with a microscope.
Yeah, he's looking at something.
Classic scientist behavior.
Cut to a news segment.
Oh, mate, this must have been rough for you to get through. Because I said before that YouTuber character was like the most uncharismatic man. This guy's worse.
Pretty bad.
He's worse because he's British. I think it just makes it worse. He's not only British, he's like obscenely British. But like you like watch this scene and you're like, this man would never in 1,000 years be a newscaster.
No.
Why did they put this guy?
He has like a speech impediment as well.
Oh, poor guy.
Like, I know. It's like, but it's like, why would you cast a man with a speech impediment as a newscaster?
Yeah, that's. Oh, I feel so bad. I don't want to make fun of it, but it's very British, right? It's like the virus is spreading rapidly kind of thing. Oh my God. But yeah, he's talking about the new virus coming out. There's some references to COVID and stuff. And then he just interviews this like random fucking man.
Yeah.
First, like it's like this.
It's like a doctor. I don't know.
Yeah, was he a doctor? But he just looks like someone's dad, like in like his garage or something, and he's talking about a vaccine, but he's also, this man is just totally unaware of any of the details of the virus. He's like, yeah, I don't really know, don't know what it is. Like, who is this cunt that he's interviewing?
I love it.
And then he interviews another very boring man.
This was great.
The airport security guy.
Yeah, he's got the chief for international flights on the phone, and it's like some kid in his 20s.
Yeah.
And he's like wearing like a loosely fitting suit, like with loads of files behind him. That's probably like his little sisters. They're all in like pink binders. And he's like, this is not an American issue, but as Americans, we're going to fix it. And then the phone rings. He's like, I gotta go.
Yeah.
And then he calls up Professor Davis, a genius on black magic and witchcraft. Who's a very ratty looking fella.
I was going to say, he looks like an absolute fucking twit, this man. He looks like, if you went to like a music festival in the early 2000s when you were like, in your late teens or early 20s, and there was like that older guy that's there with a guitar, and you're like, oh, who the fuck's this guy? Like, what's he doing here? And he keeps offering you weed. He looks like that. Just imagine that. But I love this as well. Like, he's talking about, this is like obviously a very fucking serious issue. People have died.
There's zombies.
Fucking zombies going around. And this twit man, this music festival loving twit, is talking about, like, oh, voodoo, yeah, it's real and people should believe in magic. And then he's like, JK, just kidding. Of course magic's not real, motherfucker. And it's like, who the fuck what are you talking about?
I also liked when he was like, oh, I do hope the weather is better over there.
Yeah.
Which is something a lot of British people say. That's probably the only accurate thing in this movie. We love to talk about the weather.
Bet you weren't expecting to see two British people having a conversation in this film.
No, and I think
quite a surprising thing to see.
Yeah, I felt
was
like
that
back
shot
home.
In Britain as well? The shot of this
the ratty fella,
the rat man. Yeah.
It looks like it.
It very much looked like the UK.
Yeah.
I wonder if he was like some fan of Dark Infinity that they got to shoot the scene.
Sorry, the what? So we're having this back and forth between the two people on the news, the reporter or whatever, and all of a sudden, off screen, we hear a car crash sound, and then all of a sudden, there's like dozens of people screaming off camera.
Yeah, a lot of people.
It's like it was completely dead silent up until now, but then suddenly, it's madness. There's a mass panic. Everyone's screaming, running around. A zombie comes into the shop, tackles the guy. We cut back to the studio. The reporter also gets attacked by a zombie.
Which also just looks like a man attacking him, which is like tackling him.
Yeah, it's like a tackle.
The zombies really love tackling in this. They're all tackle zombies.
Yeah.
That's what they should have called this. Zombie 8 tackle zombies.
Cut to the governor.
Oh, God. I shouldn't comment on how people look and sound. I've done that a lot today, but
He's quite an alarming looking man, isn't he?
it's the best way to describe him. Alarming. He's just a man that's had far too much plastic surgery. Very upsetting. So he's like the governor. And I'm going to assume, I recognized his name.
Right.
I'm assuming he's someone, like, not famous, but I'm assuming he's like some old horror movie lad.
I
He's
had
like
a look
named
at
like
his...
Mel Novak or something.
Yeah. He's been in some like blaxploitation stuff.
Yeah, so he's not a big time
No.
guy, but he's a guy that was in stuff back in the day. So he's like the kind of, you know, what do you call it? Like famous guest actor of the film.
Yeah, I guess so. He was in Game of Death.
What's Game of Death? Oh wait, the Bruce Lee film.
film.
Oh, there you go.
The fuck?
Oh, there you go.
What the fuck? What was he doing in that?
From a Bruce Lee film
That's
to a Dark
insane.
Infinity film. There you go. What a career.
Truck Turner, Black Belt Jones. He was in Samurai Cop 2.
Oh, the recent Samurai, like that.
The 2015 one, yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Well, he's the governor.
He's the governor in this, and
He's the governor in this.
and he calls up the scientist guy we saw before, and he's like, "You gotta destroy the files labeled Death 2, and if you don't, I'm holding you responsible." And that's it. And that's his scene. It kind of comes and goes without really much of anything.
There you go.
Then we cut back to the naked dancing girl, who's now a zombie, with the Fabio Frizzi-like music playing, and the radio host from the beginning talking about it's the new world, and the next song is dedicated to all the dead around LA. And we see the presenter turn around, and he's also a zombie.
How was he saying all that stuff?
I don't know. And he's still got his fantastic radio voice on.
Yeah.
Cut to a man in his car saying, "What the hell?"
Oh, I forgot about that guy. Is that the director?
That's the
Of course
director.
it fucking is.
What the hell?
That's so fucking funny. Because when I was watching it, I was like, bet that's the director.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why it just had that vibe to it.
Yeah.
Then, stock footage.
Then I guess the second longest walking shot.
Yeah.
So we get a really, really long sequence of a girl walking, taking pictures. Like,
Oh, yeah.
just like, and we don't know who she is.
Sorry, just before that, I had to comment because we've got like people looking at the zombies around the city. There's like some sort of filler zombie shit, right? With the zombies walking around. But dude, I fucking laughed so hard. It could have actually been that YouTuber guy that you mentioned before.
Oh, yeah.
But one of the zombies who were part of that like hippie goth group is just walking like a normal man.
yeah, it's the YouTuber guy,
who's like, who's had a wedgie or something. He's just like, it's like the stupidest zombie walk I've ever seen. That was fucking cracking me up.
And he's like looking around like, "Huh, what do I do now?"
Yeah,
he's like
it's-
completely, he keeps moving around his head, looking at various things.
Man, that really made me think about how, like, you know, to act like a zombie, it's quite a task, and he was not up to the task. Oh man.
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry. Photo C.
Photos, and we don't know who this girl is.
Oh,
We don't know who she is.
it's
She's just walking.
so long.
She has a camera. She takes pictures of things, and she keeps walking.
So it's basically just like that frizzy music going, and then occasionally, like a camera sort of sound. I thought this was going to be like our like next main character to replace
Right.
like the daughter, but nope.
But then also, I don't really know what happens. So she walks for so long, and then it becomes nighttime. I think she walked into the night. And then we see the dad zombie, like, lurking around. But then the dad zombie starts, like, chasing a different girl.
Doesn't he attack the photo lady first?
Oh, maybe he does, yeah.
And I think he just, after that long scene, he just kills her and then turns around and is, like, chasing another woman.
Yeah. So that's that. And then our final shot is back to the governor, and he's looking out the window.
And another massive rip-off as well, I thought. So this, have you seen Land of the Dead?
Yeah.
He's just, like, doing Dennis Hopper here. And I think the lines might even be the same.
The streets of LA are littered with trash and the scum of the earth. All we need is urban decay.
I was just like, I feel like I'm watching a shitty version of Dennis Hopper and a shitty version of Land of the Dead.
Yep.
A film I don't even like that much, but I would much rather be watching that than this. Oh, man. And then I was so confused because we've just seen the governor doing his little Dennis Hopper bit. Then we cut to him sitting down at his desk, and I'm like, oh, okay, so we're still going. But then I'm like, wait, why is his name under him in this scene? And I'm like, is this like a joke? Because they're like, oh, he's the famous guy, we're putting his name here. No.
It's the credits.
That's the end of the fucking film.
Yeah.
And we've cut into the credits in the most... Like, number one, how is that a fucking ending of a movie? Because it just, like, literally was just like, oh, yeah, zombies around, bye. And then, not only that, but then you're going to cut into a character we've just seen a scene of as the first credit, who's not a main... I guess there's no main characters in this, but Jesus Christ. And then the end credits are fucking so
They're
long.
10 minutes long.
10 fucking minutes. And, this also reminded me of my high school days. So we've got all the actors with all their names. And then, after that, so we've seen every single fucking cunt that was in this fucking film with their fucking name up there. And after that, we cut to a credit crawl with all the same names that we've just fucking seen, and it's the slowest crawl I've ever seen, which really brought me back to, again, like, my first high school film. Like, I watched it recently, and I'm like, Jesus, these credits are slow, like, just slowly crawling. And not only that, during the credits, we get to hear in all its glory, Dirty D. MC Dirty D.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 fucking minutes? Is that how long they were? They felt longer.
They're 10 minutes.
And I watched
and by the way, this
the whole fucking credit sequence because I'm like, just in case there's something at the fucking end.
I quit. I stopped. This is a 17-minute movie, right? I wonder how much of this was actually shot.
That's a good question. And that's perhaps...
Because the end credits are 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Opening sequence 8 minutes. Opening credits are 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Stock footage would make up, what do you reckon, like 15 minutes, maybe?
Maybe 10, maybe 10.
Remember, though, that spider shot. Wait, let's do the math. Okay.
Okay, let's do the math.
All right, so let's go from the beginning. So we've got 8 minutes of stock footage at the start.
Yeah. 5.
Is it more than 8, though? Because we cut back to it. I feel like it's more.
You reckon? Do you want to give it 10?
Let's go 10. Let's go 10. And then...
I think 5 for the opening credits.
5 opening credits. And then we got all those fucking animals, the LA shots, the island shots, that spider making its fucking web for about an hour.
The Tasmanian
devil. So 15, 10?
I would say 10.
I want to add, let's make it... All right. We'll go 10. Then plus... End credits.
End credits is 10.
Is there anything else we need to... Oh, Night of the Living Dead.
Oh, yeah.
5 minutes.
5 for that.
End credits.
10.
So that's 40 minutes. So that's 40 minutes. So of actual new footage, maybe 30 minutes.
Yeah.
About 30 minutes. So that's how this guy makes a billion films. Oh, yeah. He just uses a lot of recycled footage.
Brilliant.
Fucking hell.
And that's how you make 20 movies a year. You just don't film anything.
Wow. I gotta say, obviously this is an objectively fucking terrible film. Like, it's honestly like barely even a film.
Oh yeah.
But I will say, I couldn't help but, like, in the days that followed, I kind of liked it.
Seriously.
Not liked it, but like I was like giggling about stuff in it, and that even though it's so awful, it has stuck with me.
Serious.
Because it's like so endearingly shit.
Yeah.
But it's fucked though. I don't recommend this to anyone.
Oh no.
What it reminds me of, the reason I mentioned Jess Franco before, what this film makes me think of, have you ever watched, I'm a big Jess Franco fan, but have you seen his like later films from like, 90s sort of Jess Franco? So when he started shooting on video and his films just went fucking bonkers, or he's like filming Lena Romay.
No,
her? Like, yeah, she's... I don't know if they were married, but they were, like, partners.
Right.
But just, like, filming her fucking dressed as a spider, flopping about and stuff. This film reminds me of like later kind of Jess Franco, where it's got all the sort of madness and slap togetherness of it, but without the artistry. Because Jess Franco knew what he was fucking doing to an extent and could make, you know, beautiful images and make things that are very interesting to watch. This is like that, but without any talent or artistry or soul.
Yeah. And I think that's what kind of, I think that's where my grievances come from it. Because like I said at the beginning, you want to support someone making horror films, especially like indie movies, you know? You want to support the guy doing that. But when it comes to something like this, there's no heart in there whatsoever. Like, he's just taken the name of one of the most beloved movies and exploited it, essentially.
Yeah.
He's exploited it to push his rap career?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Is that the goal of this?
Is that the goal? I don't know. But, you know, maybe there's like 40 minutes of original footage, which is also not good.
Yeah. It's extremely cynical.
And then just loads of stock footage mixed in with it just to reach that feature-length goal. And it's like, as much as you want to support people creating horror movies, it's not the kind of stuff that you can support, because it's just exploitive and not the good kind of exploitive. And, you know, I read some reviews of his other movies as well, where he's done like these mad sequels, even like sequels to his own films, and loads of the footage is just like flashbacks. So he's just like recycling footage. It's quantity over quality, you know? And the quality here is fucking abysmal. Yeah. I am going to say that I did love that scene where she's dancing in the
that was mad.
In the desert while they're smoking weed and MC Dirty D plays, only because if it was just a scene on itself, I would think this is absolute dog shit. But the fact that this is a sequel to Zombie Flesh Eaters and this is happening, like, my mind was a little bit blown.
Yeah. It has moments that are just so insane. It's hard not to enjoy it on a certain level. I think as well for filmmakers who've made a feature, like, you know, like the pain and like the amount of time it takes to make it. Yeah. So to see someone just like diarrheaing out movies with like stock footage, flashbacks, it's kind of irritating as well. Yeah.
It's just like there's no love there, you know?
Yeah. I
don't know what his purpose for it is either, because looking at his letterbox or whatever, none of his films, well, not none of them, but most of them haven't been logged by anyone. So who's watching these? So he's clearly not making money on them.
Oh, I don't know. Like, maybe he is, because he makes so many.
You reckon?
And because of that kind of, cash-in element. Because a lot of his films are on Tubi.
Right.
Or at least where, I don't know about now. But, like I wonder if because he makes so many, he makes enough to get by. Because if he's making that many, surely he can't have a normal job.
Yeah, Christ, I don't know. Maybe, like, he gets loads of music royalties, you know.
Or the Dirty D.
Yeah, I watched one of his music videos.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. It's pretty full on.
Oh, God. Oh, after we record this, we got to watch that.
You haven't got your fix yet from the Zombie VIII Dirty D songs.
Fuck. I was so pissed off at you when I was watching this. Like, fucking hell, guy. What have you done? What have you done?
I know. Which brings us to our final point, the wrongometer. And this is a different kind of wrong to our usual wrong.
It kind of fits it, though, because, like, wrongometer, how wrong it is, how much it shouldn't exist, how fucked up it is, how... I'm wavering between a 1 and a 10.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like if we're going by it shouldn't exist, it's a 10.
It's a 10.
It's not fucked up at all, though, really. So that's like that.
It's just like, but just don't fucking make a sequel to Zombie Flesh Eaters if you can't deliver the goods and you're just trying to push your own rap career.
You know what? I'm going to give it a 10.
You're going 10 for the dirty D.
Yeah. Because, like, I was already thinking of a 10 before. Because initially when I finished watching it, I'm like, I'll give it like a 2 or a 3. But then the more I've thought about it, and the fact that it's this fucking stupid sequel, they're doing the math that there's like 40 minutes of stock footage in it. And, like, the dirty D aspect, and that's the director. The director.
I think the dirty D aspect is my favorite part of it. That just fucking shoots it up on the right
that does. And, like, as you said, like, that nude dance, and then the sudden, like, and here's fucking that scene from Zombie that you like. It's mental. Because, I mean, we say it's got no heart, but then he's clearly is a horror nerd because he's like directly ripping off all of these things that he likes.
Can you imagine like having made like 165 movies, the majority of them being horror, and still not having a fucking clue?
Yeah, it's a 10. I'm going 10. What are you gonna get?
I don't even know. I don't know.
Should we just have question mark?
Should we just end it there?
10 and unknown.
I'm still so confused by this film.
I like that. 10 and question mark.
10 and question mark.
That's how I'll put it down in our little file of vlogged movies.
Yeah.
10/question mark.
Whatever. Just know that this isn't good.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. I know it sounds funny, and it is in a way. But don't. It's not even... It's like, if you put this on at a bad movie night, your friends would kick you in the balls after. Yeah. They'd smash your balls.
It doesn't
to bits,
deliver on anything.
Yeah.
The gore is terrible. The zombies are bad. The soundtrack's fire, though.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Oh, fuck it. Whatever. What's next week? Not next week, next time.
Still recovering. Just give me a moment.
Actually, tell you what, whilst we're still here, now that we've actually spoken about the film, I mentioned that he did Zombie Flesh Eaters like 5, right?
Yeah.
Listen to the synopsis. A young woman rescues her undead father from an island where he'd been put under a spell, but soon he escapes into the city of Los Angeles, leaving a trail of blood and guts behind.
It's the same film.
Right? That sounds like literally the exact film we just watched.
Has he just repackaged?
Maybe. But this is Zombie Flesh Eaters 5. And it's only 50 minutes on this.
I wonder if this is a version of that film, but with stock footage.
Ah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just the same footage.
So is that...
What year is that one?
That's 2022.
Oh, wait. Oh, okay.
Whereas the one we just watched is...
Zombie 8. Oh, so he's not even keeping a chronology here.
Probably can't count.
Fuck it. I think we need to investigate that further. We'll jump on the Tubi.
Oh, do we have to?
And have a look. Yeah, all right, we're going to make a pact right now, okay?
To watch every movie.
No, fuck that, no. No, but after this, we'll see if we can find that one, 5.
Right.
And if it is just a recut version of this, we have to do a mini about that. What do you reckon?
Oh, God, that means we have to watch it again.
Yeah. Yeah, you brought this on yourself.
No, but I was thinking, this is probably how he...
Hang on, wait, do you agree to the pact?
Oh, fuck it, why not? What's this pact nonsense? Yeah. What are we, 12-year-old girls, Dave?
I'll get a knife from the kitchen, we're going to do a full blood pact.
Cut up penises and sew them together.
How did pacts work when you were a kid?
What, in England, that's how we do it.
You cut your penises off?
No, just the tip.
The tip, and then you, like,
stick them together.
Like, sew them?
And then we bound.
So then you... Oh, that's why you've always got that man attached to you. That's always in the room with us.
It for moral support. Fucking hell. What are we doing next time?
All right, okay. Next time we're watching... Actually, another zombie film. Fuck, I didn't even think about
Don't tell me it's Zombie Flesh Eaters 5.
So, next time we're watching a little film called The Zombie Flesh Eaters 5. No, I wouldn't do that to you. Now, we're going 20... No, we're going... God, my concept of time is not good. We're going 30 years back in time from 2021. We're going to 1991.
Right.
A much more fun year than 2021. Civilized times, yeah. And we're going to watch, finally, we're going to watch, I love to say finally, but it's like meaningless to anyone listening to this. But just for us, finally, we're going to watch The Boneyard.
Oh, good.
Which I ordered on Blu-ray about a year ago, and it's been on my list for a long time. I ordered it just to watch for the pod.
Oh, right. Fantastic.
I mean, I've seen it before, but like...
I was going to say, I thought you were going to say it just arrived after the year-long wait.
Arrived after a year. I finally got it.
Boneyard, banging. I've been waiting to see.
Boneyard, banging.
Banging. Can't wait.
All
Looking
right.
forward to it.
And as always, follow us on Twitter at SMSW Podcast. And you can also send us an email if you want at showmesomethingwrong@gmail.com. And get over to Spotify, leave us a rating, get over to the other one, Apple Podcasts, give us a review. Get over to where else, Guy?
MySpace.
Where else could they get onto MySpace, create a fan page for us.
Oh, yeah.
Get onto GeoCities. Do you remember GeoCities?
No, I'm too young for that.
Are you really? I don't think you are. Go to GeoCities, create a page for us, and we'll be looking forward to seeing that page with all the animated GIFs on it.
Hey.
Can't wait to see it. So thank you in advance for that page.
All right, and then let's end this episode with a MC Dirty D sample.
Okay.
Fuck a little, suck a little.